Hi, thanks for joining us today. My name is Kim Nguyen. I'm here with Jason Wright of Fortinet, who's going to talk to us today about PCI compliance. Hi Jason, thanks for being here today.
Hey Kim, thanks very much.
So tell us, what exactly is PCI and who should be concerned with it?
PCI is really PCI DSS. It's kind of shorthand for PCI DSS, and that is Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. And basically what that is the PCI Security Standards Council has come together to set a list of requirements to improve network security for those networks that are processing credit card transactions. Okay, so as far as who needs to be concerned with it, every network and every business that is using, storing, or processing credit card numbers and information, personally identifiable information, needs to come into compliance with the PCI standards here. Now, one of the things about PCI standard is that it's actually pretty specific. It's not very vague and open-ended like some of the other legislation that's out there, like HIPAA and Sarbanes-Oxley is to an extent. So the PCI DSS is listed, as you can see in the slide here. So you can see these are very specific requirements that are being laid out.
So why are these 12 requirements important?
Well, these are important because, number one, they help networks protect that information that could be used otherwise for identity theft and for cardholder fraud. But also, it gives you a good baseline by which everyone who's using this cardholder information can be held accountable. Okay? So most administrators agree that this is a set of standards and practices that should be in effect anyway, whether someone's using credit card information or not.
Mm-hmm. So is it simply a matter of just throwing in a Fortinet device and voila, you're compliant?
It'd be a lot easier if it were, but unfortunately, no, that's not the case. So what we actually have are several solutions that can help people come into compliance, right?
So how do these product families correlate to the 12 PCI requirements?
Good question. Well, as you can see on the slide here, if you talk about installing and maintaining a firewall, that's very straightforward. That's a very core functionality of the FortiGate. Our firewall is ICSA Lab certified, so you know it's best of breed. ICSA, by the way, a third-party testing organization that certifies products and technologies. We have several ICSA Lab certification to ensure that you're getting the best quality products out there. So firewall, very straightforward and simple for the FortiGate to provide. Don't use vendor-supplied defaults for system passwords. This is a great example of where FortiDB comes in, because it'll actually scan databases and look for things like default passwords being used or default user accounts being invoked. So FortiDB comes in there. Protecting the stored data, keeping a perimeter around your network and ensuring the security of your network is definitely the main job of the FortiGate device. Encrypt the transmission of cardholder data and sensitive information across networks. That's very straightforward. That's basically referring to encryption. And the FortiGate, as well as providing firewall functionality, provides IPsec VPN functionality, and that'll encrypt all of the information traveling between two networks. Regularly use and update antivirus software. We've talked about that a lot. FortiGate antivirus is also ICSA Lab certified, so you know it's best of breed. Also VB100 certified as well. And the update portion of that, notice it says use and regularly update antivirus software. The antivirus portion is automatically updated along with IPS and web filtering types of signatures as well. Develop and maintain secure systems and applications. That's basically what FortiDB is designed to help you do. It's designed to look out into the network, identify vulnerabilities in your systems and applications, and recommend remediation paths. So the next one here, restrict access to data by a business need to know. FortiGate integrates with Active Directory and other directories to make sure that you are controlling access to information on a need to know basis and per user. It goes very much hand in hand with assigning a unique ID to each person with computer access. And finally, restrict physical access to cardholder data. That one's kind of tough for any security vendor to help out with, but so like I said, it's a complete process and a best of breed set of security standards that are recommended here. The next one here is track and monitor access to network resources and cardholder data. FortiAnalyzer does a great job of helping keep track of what's been going on in your network, provides the reporting capabilities and the logging. And then the FortiDB also will be providing auditing and monitoring depending on your version and configuration. Finally, regularly testing systems and processes. Again, that's what FortiDB does. It reaches out there and it looks for vulnerabilities and issues within your database that would end up allowing your database to be compromised, and helps you repair those. And then finally, maintaining a security policy. Very important best-of-breed practice to invoke. FortiManager does a great job of helping out with the security policy and helping you identify what kind of security policies you have. And like I said, again, providing these reports in the instance that an auditor shows up and asks, what kind of things have you been doing towards PCI compliance? Now you have something that you can show them and say, this is concrete evidence.
Well, it looks like Fortinet has all the tools that an organization needs to become compliant.
It does, and that's the way we position it. They are tools that help organizations become compliant. Again, it's a set of processes and a set of best practices, but Fortinet solutions, the three solutions that I outlined, the FortiGate, FortiDB, and the FortiAnalyzer, FortiManager management capabilities, are the solutions that will help you achieve PCI compliance, yes.
Jason, is there anything else you can think of that those who are concerned with PCI compliance should know?
Well, sure. There's a couple of things, a couple of thoughts that I've run into with talking to customers and administrators out there. A lot of them initially are somewhat frustrated because they feel like there's all this legislation and mandates that they have to build their network around, and that's not quite fair. But once you start peeling back some of the layers, you see that, like I said earlier, these are all things that should be done in a network anyway, right? These are security best practices, layers of security, multiple security technologies, recognizing multiple threats. Also, there's a lot of upside to PCI compliance. First of all, once you achieve PCI compliance, you've gone a long way towards achieving compliance with other legislation as well. So whether it's Sarbanes-Oxley for publicly traded companies, or HIPAA for healthcare organizations, GOBA for finance, they all have their specific requirements, but a lot of them will be covered once you are in compliance with PCI as well. And finally, there's a lot of improvements that can actually be made to your network. Once you start to roll these technologies out, you can start to look at improving your network with regard to the performance, whether we're upgrading slow lease lines and dial-up lines to faster DSL or cable modem IP-based lines. We can also be blocking so much garbage off of the network, whether it's spam or spyware and viruses and all of this junk that you don't want on your network. Just get it off of there and improve your bandwidth capabilities, right? There's a lot of opportunity to roll out things like wireless LAN and use that for both employee access, wireless point of sale terminals to go around and collect inventory information. Even guest wireless access can be a great advantage to offer in some retail situations. The FortiGate devices can certainly do that for you and allow you to roll out these solutions in a very secure manner.